Timberwolves, no, they're not. No, they would not do that. They would not trade. They would not trade Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels. No matter how much y'all are fans of Joel Embiid. Shout out to Joel Embiid for getting on the court and getting healthy. Like that's amazing. Shout out to him. He's not tradable.
Former MVP, All NBA player, consecutive multiple years. All NBA defenses, scoring champs. We know who Joel Embiid is, or we knew who he was. But Joel Embiid has proven to turn the time back, Mars. He's turned the clock back. Joel Embiid is back, y'all. He is back. Joel Embiid has played 14 of the last 17 games. Mm-hmm. In all of those games, well, in 7. He's played in every game he's played this season, except for only 7 games. He's played 30-plus minutes. He even played 30-plus minutes in all but 2 of those games. No. He scored 30 points in 7 or more games this season. And on top of that, he's played 30-plus minutes in every game he's played except for 2 games. He's played 25 games this year, y'all. In the last 4 games, he's going crazy. 33 points, 32 points, 30 points, 38 points, including a triple-double with 15 rebounds and 11 assists in one of those games. Joel's going crazy, y'all. He's back. How are we feeling about the process? How are we feeling about Embiid? How are we feeling about the Sixers? Fellas, talk to me about Joel.
You know how I feel, Ron. Get that wax out. Get that wax out. Get that glass cleaner out. Shine up those windows. So we clear, Ron. Since I want to say since November, we've gone from 22 to 24 to 26. Now we're in January, Mars. We're at 28 a game, and it's looking good. And he actually has been rebounding over the last couple of games too. What we confuse back with is like seeing the same version of him. This isn't the same version of Joel Embiid. He's not hopping like he used to, but he's still ridiculously effective around the rim. Still got that mid-range. Still can handle the basketball. Still really good at finishing around the rim. Still actually a good interior defender. He's not blocking shots like he used to, but he can still protect the rim. Let's not confuse being a rim protector with only blocking shots, because that's not only what Joel Embiid does. But I feel like what I'm seeing from him, this is a prime time to check the temperature, find out what the rest of the league thinks about him.
Oh, trade Embiid talks already.
Why would you want to do that?
He's been there the whole time.
Chill. We have people that watch the show daily.
Sure.
And then we have new people who are coming every single day that are new to Player's Choice. They're new to the panel. They probably know you on TikTok because you're TikTok famous. You're a celebrity. But they don't know your Joel Embiid take and your stance.
Yep.
Where are you at with Joel, and why are you there?
Well,
Speak the truth. Speak the truth, Chill.
Well, number one, I feel like with Joel Embiid, as good as he is, I've seen countless times where I can't rely on him physically, not in terms of his game. I've never questioned Joel Embiid's game. Physically, I can't rely on him as good as he's been. I feel like I got my backcourt, not just my backcourt. I feel like I got my 2 guys of the future in both VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey to build around. When I've had Joel Embiid for this time. It's gotten worse over time in terms of him not being able to hold up. And his game has suffered. It's come back, no question about that, but it's come back in a space where I don't know how much longer I'm going to have him. What I don't want to do is, with having both Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, I don't want to stand in their way of building something really special here. I don't want to do that. And I feel like in a space with Joel Embiid, I understand that the money is the biggest issue. But I feel like when we get to a place like this, the way he's playing, I got to pick up the telephone and I got to check the temperature on the rest of the league to see where they are with him.
I'm 100% in agreement with Chill. I think a lot of people are having a lot of recency bias to how well Joel Embiid is playing lately, and I will give him his credit. I was somebody that counted him out, and it looks like he can play some now. But yeah, as far as being healthy and available on the court to play the games, yes. However, we're not going to sit here and act like we didn't have the discussions that we were having about Joel Embiid and his contract just, I don't know, 30 days ago. The fact of the matter is that we all were on here saying, hey, it doesn't look like he's going to get back to where he was, including Mars. Don't let Mars sit here in victory lap, something that he didn't predict. Everybody up here thought that Joel Embiid was not going to get back to where he is. Everybody was saying how him and Paul George are potentially the worst contracts in the league. We all agreed on that, right? We all said that, well, he's not even, why are we even talking about trading Joel Embiid? Who's going to want Joel Embiid because of how he looks and how he's playing? But now, Philadelphia, they have a little grace period. Joel Embiid has provided them potentially an out, and they need to take the first out that is available.
Swiper, why is your
for us
face
to
like
sit
that?
here and act as if we can just book Joel Embiid to play at this level for the rest of the year and for him to be available come playoff time, to me, I think, hey, you fool me once, shame on you. You fool me twice, 3, 4, 5 times, eventually it's my fault. So I'm happy that Joel Embiid is playing good basketball. I really am. I'm happy that it's not looking like he's going to go out, limping. He can still very much play basketball at a very high level. However, if he's going to present you an opportunity to potentially get off that contract, I think you should take that. I really do.
Swiper, you literally got up here and chastised me about my difference of opinion on both Kawhi Leonard and Anthony Davis. Meanwhile, Joel Embiid, who has been in and out of the lineup with injury, and I feel like your biggest concern is the money. I think that's your biggest concern is the money. Now we have an opportunity, maybe moving forward, because of how well he's been playing. Somebody may pick the telephone up and might be interested. Why am I not entertaining this? Why?
I just don't see the purpose in having a conversation about 58, 62, 67. He has $188 million for the next 3 years after this season. And it'll be 34 in the last year to deal with the player option.
And we got we got 7 teams that have won the NBA championship. 7 of them.
What does that mean?
That means that somebody may pick up the telephone, because it's not going to be a straight up deal with Joel Embiid. I think it's going to be a multi-team deal if you were able to trade Joel Embiid, where a team might say, okay, maybe we can get him. And another team goes, okay, I can help you get him and I can get this out of it. And then another team comes in and go, well, I can get something out of this too. This is not going to be something straight up where Joel Embiid ends up going to Charlotte for Brandon Miller or some nonsense like that. No, it's going to be a multi-team deal, and it's going to be a bunch of different people helping out each other as opposed to something straight up. And on top of that, the team that's trying to get Joel Embiid, it's obvious that their window is right now. That's obvious. If
you can convince me that someone's going to take 58, 62, and then $67 million to their books for the next 3 years of Embiid, then, sure. I personally just am I think Embiid's playing really well. He's been a very good big this year, arguably been the 3rd best center in the league this year. He's having a great scoring month. I think his movement looks good. He was attacking downhill versus the Knicks in the game that they lost, mind you. I thought he played really well, man. He's had some really good games lately. Had a triple-double just a couple of games ago as well. Hitting his mid-range shots, on like a 46% clip this season, something like that. Yeah, I mean, he just looks good. He looks like he's feeling good. Obviously he's put a lot of work into his body and to try to get back to where he is. He made 3 threes the other night as well. The rebounding is, this month is only averaging 8 rebounds a game. That's not what he's never going to be that again. It just doesn't make sense for him to be on the boards like that. I personally am just more so I appreciate everything that Joel is doing and the fact that he's playing through all the stuff he's playing through and managing injuries and managing a deteriorating knee and, the meniscus injury that Ox and I have argued about multiple times, not in a bad way, but I just don't think I think Big should get full repairs. I don't think they should get a part of their meniscus scoped out. That's just not better for them long-term. But yeah, I think the idea of talking about trades for Embiid, given the trade deadline is 2 weeks away, and right now we are seeing teams in mass, including contenders, try to skirt the luxury tax, skirt the first apron, and then get out of the second apron. Mathematically, the penalties are so large for teams that are in the luxury tax as a repeater team, let alone aprons as repeater teams, let alone the second apron as a repeater team. Yep. The odds of you moving Embiid are basically nil. unless you're making like a significant downgrade, like Jimmy Butler for Joel Embiid. We just want to get off the contract. We're trying to get a year less on our deal, kind of thing. Like those are the kind of deals that I think you're looking at. I just don't think it's very feasible to expect that at this point.
What does a championship cost to you, Swiper? And again, remember before you
for
answer
NBA
that,
teams,
yeah, like what does a championship cost? Because I vividly remember the Celtics winning the NBA championship. Didn't they have a total of like a $400 million bill? Like that
it was 200. It was 200. Yeah. It was 200 on top of what they were already paying.
Right. So it was close to like a $400 million bill. So I mean, they ended up afterwards unloading a lot of what they already had. Right. So I'm the reason why I'm asking you that, Swiper, is because everything that you just mentioned about Joel Embiid. More the reason why we can move off of him now, because he's hot and because we're coming down to the last stretch of the season. And if there's a team that's interested, again, I'll help you get this. Okay. And I'll help you get this. And we can be a conglomerate to come together and we can all get what we want. All of us can get what we want as opposed to it just being straight up. And if it means us just winning the championship this year, considering what the NBA has been and how wide open it's been, I can see a team that's a contender getting other teams involved in doing it.
Yeah, by the way, real talk, I didn't realize it's the 6 years for anniversary for Kobe.
Today is the day.
Yeah, did not realize that.
Today is the day.
Life-changing moment for I think everybody.
Take it a step further. It was actually yesterday. It was Sunday.
Yesterday on 25th.
Yeah. No. It was
the 26th, but it was the
Sunday.
Date, well, Sunday. Yeah,
it was a Sunday.
Yeah. No, I remember I was getting on the plane and somebody told me, and I bawled my eyes out the rest of the way. So I mean, just nobody. I don't think anybody should forget that day. I don't want to bring up the conversation. Somebody in the chat just said it. I didn't even realize it, but. Yeah, I just personally, Joe, I just think I just don't see the need in the next. Like I said, the trade deadline's 2 weeks away, and it's not happening now. So they're playing out this rest of the year, and then when you get to the summer, maybe we can have a discussion about who's going to re-alter their team for Joel Embiid. But teams are going to want to see if he can even make it through the rest of this year healthy. Let alone you'll have more cap room in the offseason to make a sizable adjustment to your roster if need be. But then you also have the built-in infrastructure that, like, when he doesn't play 40% of the games, we're not going to be missing, half our production because he's not going to be here for half the season. And then on top of that, managing $60+ million a year for the next 3 years for an aging center. And chill, we are already seeing now that there's an aging center in Anthony Davis that you thought was a good trade for the Mavericks, who also has injury concerns, that's not played over 30 games for the team that he was traded to 11 months ago. So in the NBA, trading for bigs, especially bigs with injury issues, doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I've also seen the window too, Swiper. Let's really quick, real talk. Stay right there. Don't leave, real talk. Stay right there. But I've also seen the window with Anthony Davis too. Swiper. This isn't a situation where I thought that this was a 4 or 5 year plan. No, I thought that this was a 3 year window.
Yes, you did. But again, bad logic on behalf of the GM, which is why he got fired, is trading for an older, more injury prone, less effective player for a high level 25-year-old superstar who doesn't have the same injury concerns that has never happened before. So I'm saying that's why he's also not there anymore. So any GM that takes on this deal, if you don't win that title within that first year of making that trade, you more than likely will not be there, because at that point you've sabotaged the roster and sabotaged the salary cap.
Using the Mavericks as the example, when the Mavericks quite literally traded their 25-year-old franchise player, I think are two different scenarios. I don't think that Minnesota is willing to trade Ant for Joel Embiid. Like that would be the equivalent. That wouldn't happen. But could they package up a Rudy Gobert and a something else potentially to get a Joel Embiid? But that's what.
Yeah,
what I'm
Rudy and Jaden is
what I'm saying is they're not trading Anthony Edwards to get Joel Embiid.
Ron, would you entertain that, Ron? Would you entertain
Rudy Gobert
today? Are you entertaining that, Ron? Joel Embiid for both Jaden McDaniels. Joel Embiid for both Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, and 2 1s. Are you entertaining that, Ron?
Chill.
Wait. Say the trade again.
Wait.
Once again,
Joel
Embiid.
Wait. Chill, real quick.
Can I answer the question?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. I would never not want you to answer a question. Of course, I want you to answer a question. But chill.
Yes, sir.
Please don't use Ron's fandom to validate this situation. They are not trading Rudy Gobert for Joel Embiid. Ron's not the GM. But
how old is Rudy?
33.
That's so irrelevant, Ron.
My God, come the.
You know how many
That's so
games Rudy
irrelevant.
Gobert has played
The
for this team,
Minnesota Timberwolves, no, they're not. No, they would not do that. They would not trade. They would not trade Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels. No matter how much y'all are fans of Joel Embiid. Shout out to Joel Embiid for getting on the court and getting healthy. Like that's amazing. Shout out to him. He's not tradable.
Bro, Rudy Gobert is averaging over
Minnesota
70 plus
Timberwolves
games played since 2018, bro. Like, I don't think people realize how durable and how important he is to the team.
Are absolutely not trading the defensive player of the year and Jaden McDaniels
for a better player. Add Jaden McDaniels to that deal. I would do that. I would do that.
Well, that would be the money.
They're not. Wait, real talk. They're not doing that 1-for-1.
If I was Minnesota, I would.
Ron, why are you entertaining this deal, Ron?
Because
why
I would buy him a fresh Prince of Bel-Air house in the middle of Philly. What block do you want to live on?
Well, they don't make the same money, so you can't do it anyway.
Okay.
One makes 60, one makes 35, so we can just go ahead and just dead that.
Okay, but I'm saying now at this point we're just talking about value, though, Swiper.
Let's see.
Come the hell on. What? So Joel has no value to you.
Ron, he's making $70 million.
That's not what I'm. Does he have
that
value?
That matters. I know that it doesn't matter. You don't care, but that has to matter.
Yeah, I think people just underrate Rudy as well. Like I just at this point, that's also what this is.
We're talking about Joel Embiid.
Yeah, we're talking about Rudy Gobert, who plays more and is the best defensive player in the league this side of Victor Wembanyama, and it's
keep a Toyota in a Toyota's place.
And when you look at how impactful and how important he is for that team, there's almost no big in the league that is as impactful for their team structure than Rudy Gobert. So I hear you that Joel Embiid is a really good offensive player. I'm not trying to Ron, I'm with you. But at the end of the day, I do think
Swiper, stop coddling the situation. That's just that superficial shit. Ron is stuck on some superficial shit, just materialistic.
I'm stuck on the better player being the better player.
Ron,
I'm stuck on the better player being the better player.
You just said this is a luxury vehicle.
Because it is.
You one of them niggas that'll drive a 2008 Benz with the transmission slipping instead of driving a new pristine 2026 Toyota Camry
Subaru
that'll get you from here to Maine with no issues.
Ben's
not only is he that, but his transmission is slipping every time you stop at a red light.
It don't look like it. It don't look like it this year.
See, you talking about what it looks like.
For Joel Embiid,
it's materialistic.
And see, that's the point,
but,
Ron.
He's averaging 31 a game.
And that's the point right there.
He's averaging 31 minutes a game.
I know this transmission is slipping on this car. I know that this car is basically on its last leg, but it's actually been running good lately.
You can add Nas Reed in that deal with Rudy Gobert.
It's been running good lately. That's what I'm trying to get off.
Get the hell on.
You know how fast Alex Rodriguez is firing somebody? Alex Rodriguez is sprinting full speed. He's not even getting in his car. He is sprinting full speed to that arena and firing everybody involved.
Who did this?
And then he goes sit his Puerto Rican ass back and be happy about it at the end of the year.
This is the DPOY.
But they've reached theirs.
No, they haven't. Real talk. Careful.
If they've reached that real talk, they need to take it up with Anthony Edwards.
Let me finish the sentence.
Or getting the point guard.
So number one, I do think
make that Kobe White trade. I'm with you on that.
If we're saying that Joel Embiid can't be traded, fine. That's fine. What I'm agreeing with Chill is I would say I would definitely be taking calls about that and making calls about it just to see if it's possible. Now, number two, Minnesota, whether you want to admit that or they've been to back-to-back conference finals, but they've also have definitely gotten beat by better teams.
Not because of Rudy Gobert.
Do y'all think Minnesota's as good as OKC or Denver right now?
No, but it's not because of Rudy Gobert. It's not because of Rudy Gobert, brother.
So makes them a basketball team.
But if anything,
they got beat by Dallas in part because of Rudy Gobert.
No, but I think but we can say single game sample size. Real talk, sure. Like But I think the issue is in aggregate, because obviously I have become the Rudy Gobert defender maybe a little bit because
No, you
Ron
haven't.
pretends
I'm the Rudy Gobert
no,
guy.
no, you're not. No, you're not.
Stop the bullshit.
Ron pretends he likes defense until it's situational for points, rebounds, assists for Embiid. Let me finish.
It is
Let me
Rudy
finish.
Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
It's
I
not
think
the defense thing.
I think the issue is real talk. If you watch the Wolves, they basically cannot survive the non-Rudy Gobert stints, and they're getting destroyed. Because the issue is he's their
That
entire.
hasn't been true with them for the last like 15, 16 games. It's not true.
You said what's not true?
Swabby, do you remember when
15
I
games?
told you?
That they fall off a cliff with no Rudy Gobert. In fact, if you watch the game yesterday, and if you watch Minnesota, which I do regularly now because of Anthony Edwards, they can't score. Hey, can you drop an efficient 30+? Are we getting something from Julius Randle tonight? Is Nas Reed going to be a complete brick? Is Dante DiVincenzo going to hit a shot? Is Mike Conley going to do anything positive on offense tonight? They're
once again they're
You're
second
right. It
most
sounds like a Wolf situation.
Over the last 15 games, their second most impactful player has been Rudy Gobert this year. Over the last 15 games, the issue is, to Real Talk's point, is that Anthony Edwards, they're barely winning their Anthony Edwards minutes. They're not winning the Mike Conley minutes, and then Nas Reed has been trash. So like they're actually doing really well. They have a 107 defensive rating and a 113 offensive rating with Rudy on the floor last 15. I think the issue is, to your point, Real Talk, they can't score because them ninjas. To be fair, I don't want to blame them for the Warriors game, Real Talk, because I think that's their situational. Obviously, like
Minnesota, everything going on.
That's a lot going on. They scored 63 points in 3 quarters. No, it was 63. I'm saying that was like a season low. I think for 3 quarters.
They don't know that, nigga, Swiper.
No, I'm just saying, but like it was. They had not scored 63 points through 3 quarters all season. So that's all I'm saying. And then they on a 5-game losing streak. 5. And to me, Real Talk guy, Anthony Edwards, that boy been hooping like some very very high level trash when it comes to like some of his responsibilities on point guard
like
stuff.
A Toyota?
That's not just Ant. Like, I'm not gonna blame. Just what'd you say?
Yeah, he had like 8 turnovers yesterday.
Yeah, bro. He's not a guard at all, bro. Like, he's in no way, shape, or form, bro. Like, he's like he's a 1-for-1 turnover to assist guy. Like, it's not good.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the check throw smoke and the host go ham. You ain't never seen hoops out hit the raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. This that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.